Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing for you guys a completely waterproof makeup look. And this is for any of those girls whose man wants to take them for a swim date just to make sure, and you know, they want to see what you really look like with no makeup on. They think if they take you swimming, your makeup will wipe off and they can see the real you. But girl, all this makeup on is the real me. It just is an enhanced me, okay? So I did go ahead and try out this makeup in the water. I'm going to show you guys me literally in the shower for 15 to 20 seconds with lukewarm water just spraying straight onto my face. And as you can see, my makeup is still on. I really hope you guys enjoy watching this, and if you want to see the tutorial plus the actual demo of seeing it stay waterproof, then let's just keep on watching. So because today is going to be a waterproof makeup tutorial for if a guy decides to take you swimming on a date, you know, swimming, just kidding, and he just wants to find a way to wipe your makeup off your face so that way he can see what's underneath, this is going to be perfect for you. I tested this look out yesterday and I wasn't meaning to, but what had happened was I decided to do my makeup at 8:30 at night, and I put all this stuff on, and then I went to take a shower, and the only thing that came off was my mascara, and that was because I put on water, like a washable mascara instead of waterproof, because I didn't want to have to be struggling to take it off. And I thought it was amazing. So I got out of I got in the shower, I wet my face, I looked in the bathroom mirror, and I had like mascara running down my face. So I wiped my eyes like this, and everything stayed on. My eyebrows were staying, my eyeliner, my eyeshadow, my lipstick stayed on. Everything stayed on except for my mascara. So instead of using a washable mascara today, I am going to be using a waterproof mascara. First things first, I've already washed and exfoliated my face. I'm going to moisturize my face, and I am going to be using this concoction that I have created, and on the bottle it says it is Murad Hydrating Toner, and this is not Hydrating Toner by Murad. I read somewhere online that you could make a hydrating face mist by doing a 1:3 ratio of glycerin, pure glycerin, to water, and that's what I've created inside this bottle. So I am just going to spritz my face with this glycerin water, which also is a DIY dupe for the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to spray this all over my face. And throughout the video you will see me spraying this on my face multiple times, and that is to have glycerin on your face, which helps things to stick to it, and also to hydrate your face as well. So now I'm going to start with a primer. So the primer I'm going to be using today is by Mally, and it is their Perfect Prep Prime primer, and it is a silicone based primer, I believe, because it has that silicone-y feel to it, and it's just this consistency. It looks like a moisturizer kind of, and it's a light pink color. And basically I just put it all over my face and really up close to my nose, anywhere in the T-zone where you get oily. I am super dry, like super dry, so this just helps to moisturize my face and then keep my makeup on for a long time. And the way I'm going to be testing this out today is as soon as I'm done with my makeup, I'm going to wait maybe like an hour or 2 hours, and then I'm just going to jump in the shower, which is why I have a bathing suit top on, because I don't want to be showing anything I don't need to be. And I am just going to run the water over my face for a good 15 to 20 seconds, and then I am going to just pat it dry and see if anything has come off or if I've had any movage of product. The foundation I'm going to be using today for this waterproof look is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion in the color N3.5. I am just going to take a buffing brush by Real Techniques, and this is what it looks like. I'm just going to dab it into the product and begin pouncing it all over my face. I'm going to try and keep it pretty low down from underneath my eyes. I don't want to come too close because I do need to put on another product without having to worry about too much cakiness underneath my eyes. We don't want cakiness. And I'm just going to buff this in. Next, I'm going to be taking the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and I am just going to take a correcting concealer brush, and this one is by Eco Tools, and I'm just going to get a little bit of the product on this brush and then just put it underneath my eyes, right on the dark circles. And I'm not going to bring it all the way out here because I don't have dark circles out here. I just have it like in this corner. So I'm just going to put it in this corner. And this is really good as like a primer for your concealer. I've been using it since I got it for about 2 weeks now, and I really like the way it brightens. I've read that it has reflective properties to it, so it's going to reflect light back at you as well as cover up the dark circle because it is a salmon-y color. So this is a micro beauty blender. I received these in my BeautyCon box, and I have been using them solely to pat out this under eye corrector. After I have applied that under eye brightening corrector, I'm going to take the NYX HD Concealer in the color CW04. I usually use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, as you guys may already know, but I ran out of it. And when I was at the drugstore, I was like, I need to pick up a concealer, and I've used the CW03 before I actually realized and like got into makeup and figured out that I'm not a pink undertone, I'm a yellow undertone, so pink does not really look so good on my skin. Yellow does. Anyway, I'm going to take this concealer and I am going to place it underneath my eyes like I normally would, and on my nose, on my forehead, Cupid's bow, and just a little bit on my chin. I am going to take my same buffing brush and I'm just going to buff that in with any extra foundation that is on the brush. Okay, underneath my eyes, I'm still going to take this brush, but when I get closer to the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to take my dry Real Technique sponge and I'm just going to pat it into the inner corner. Because I didn't put on a lot of product, I don't have to worry about needing to soak up excess. I just put enough that will cover up any darkness or anything that's left looking not so cute under there. Concealer has been worked in. Now I'm going to take this Flawless Natural Loose powder in the color Light. It's by City Color. I got this at Five Below. If you guys don't have one of those stores, I'm sure you can find them at like a Dollar Tree or Dollar General. It's a pretty cheap powder. When I say pretty cheap, it's very cheap. It is extremely cheap. And on any other day, I would use my Morphe G2 brush to pat that underneath my eyes. But today, because I don't really want to pack on a lot of powder, I just want to set it, I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics brush. It's basically just a bigger version of the Morphe G2. This is the G2 and this is the BH Cosmetics brush. It's just way bigger and distributes less product because it's less dense. So I'm just going to tap into the lid with the brush just to get a little bit of product. And before I set my under eyes, I'm going to go ahead and look up and pounce this Real Technique sponge underneath my eye to get rid of any creasing that may have happened. Now I'm just going to set. Okay, so now that I have placed that powder down there, I can get a little bit more and set further out. Down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and around my mouth. Next, I'm going to contour and bronze up my face. To bronze my face, I am going to take this Wet n Wild Take It to Brazil bronzer, and it's just a very warm tone bronzer. As you can see, it's pretty dark, so I use this cheap knockoff brush. So it's super duper, like, look how super thin this brush is. Like, there's not very many hairs at all, but it's a super soft brush. So I am going to take it with all its brokenness and just tap it into this bronzer and just go around the edges of my forehead. Because there's not very many bristles in it, it's not going to apply a super amount of product on my face, and I'm just going to use this to bronze up my cheeks. I'm not going to be applying blush today. I just want to apply bronzer for a more sun-kissed look, because you're going to be outside swimming. You don't want to look all blushed up like you're shy or something. So I'm just going to bronze up the face. And I'm doing a very heavy hand because even if a little bit does come off in the water, you don't want to look really pale. So down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin. Next, I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to be taking the very first brown, and it's like an ashy brown called Subconscious. And with this, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just going to tap it into this gray powder and go right in the center of my cheek. I'm not going to bring it all the way back with as much product as I have on. I'm just going to stay right here underneath, and then bring it forward, and then whatever's left, take it back. I'm just going to take whatever's left on here and contour the sides of my nose. And then the tip of my nose as well. And I don't put any excess product on, I just take whatever's left. Then taking the super fluffy brush that we put the powder underneath our eyes with, we're just going to go ahead and blend out that contour and the bronzer to make it look a little bit more seamless. And then also we're just going to go underneath our chin with this bigger brush. And now, because we don't want any flashback, if you do end up taking pictures, I am going to take this L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the color Poudre. This is the number W4.5, and I'm just going to take this e.l.f. flat, I'm pretty sure it's probably like a contour brush or something, and I'm just going, because this color isn't exactly my skin tone, it's more of a more yellowy color, I'm just going to tap it in there and then put any excess like on my arm or something, and I'm just going to pounce this all over my face, even underneath my eyes, so that way if I take pictures I don't get like a flashback. I'm going to really blend, push this into my skin. I'm not just going to lightly tap it, I'm going to really push it in, and it's not going to give me any color really, it's just going to put enough coverage so that when you take a picture it doesn't give you like an intense flashback, if that makes sense. Next, I am going to take the ColourPop brow pencil in the color Banging Brunette, and I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. I'm not going to do them too fleekish, if you will. I'm just going to fill in any sparse places. I say that and then I end up filling it in like a super lot. So I'm just going to push upwards in the front to create hair-like lines, and brush it out if they look too harsh. And I'm gonna draw a line all the way out. And then just like fill it in.
What are you doing, Mama?
If you guys want to see how I completely fill in my eyebrows, or if you want to see an updated brow tutorial, let me know down in the comments and I would love to make a new eyebrow tutorial for you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this part and I will be right back to finish off the eyes. So I have filled in my eyebrows. Now I'm going to set them using this L'Oreal Paris Brow Stylist Plumper, and this is just the translucent one. And I've been setting them kind of differently. Instead of just pushing them upwards and then, you know, into place, I have been actually going backwards to push all these front hairs upwards, kind of like for a more natural look, and then these corner ones I've been pushing them up as well. Then I just continue brushing these ones up and then make my way outwards. And when I get to this outer corner, I just slant them down, and sometimes I'll go over them multiple times to like brush them and then in the direction that I want. Whoops. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our eyes. Now I'm going to recreate the look that I did yesterday because I really liked it, and I really hoped that I would have recorded it. Like as soon as I started doing it, I wished I would have recorded it, and it turned out really pretty. I really liked it. That was a bit dramatic, but I really liked it. So for this eye look, I'm going to be using the Rock Nudes by Maybelline's palette, and it says on the back that it can have, you know, quads, trios, and duos that go together, that match with each other, that would kind of accentuate the other color really well. It does come with one of those little sponge tipped applicators, but I'm not going to be using that. Alright, so I'm going to be taking, you know, for my whole entire eyelid, I'm going to take this taupey brown color right here, and I'm going to take a really dense fluffy brush by BH Cosmetics. This is a 129, and I am just going to put that in my crease and blend up very high because it's a very light taupey color. On someone that's probably a little bit more fair than I am, it would probably turn out a little bit more gray, but because I'm pretty dark, not that dark, but because I'm a little bit darker, I can blend it up pretty high without it looking like I have a bunch of gray all over my eye. And I'm also going to bring it onto my lid. Next, I'm going to take a mixture of this brown color right here and this bluish purple, and I am going to just tap back and forth literally with this brush. And I have a napkin like laid down right here on the table in front of me, so I can just tap off the excess there, or, you know, I can tap it off on something. And I'm just going to put that in the crease and keep it, I mean, I'm going to put it up higher in the crease because as you can tell my crease is down low and this is pretty high, but I'm going to keep it a lot lower than I went up with that first color, and I'm just going to bring it down all the way to the corner of the outer corner of my eye and blend it all the way in. And then once I have less product, I'm going to start blending upwards and in circular motions to blend this out. And I really like my smoky eyes to be a little bit more like smoked out and blah blam, but if you don't really like them this smoky, you can just take any kind of clean fluffy brush that you have. It can be dense, it can be pretty fluffy, and you can just take like a skin tone color or like a white color, for instance this white right here, and just like tap in there a little bit and just go over the top of it, and it should mute out any of that color that you put up there that you don't want up there. Now I'm going to take the only expensive brush that I own, which is a MAC 217, and I am going to dip it into this really dark, beautiful purple right next to the black, and I'm just going to barely tap it in there. And I'm just going to go in this outer V of my eye. And last, for the top of the eyelid, I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush by, well, this shading brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to just barely grab any of that black, just barely tap into it, and I'm going to create a super dark little corner, and I'm just going to kind of blend this onto a little bit and pretty much use this brush to blend it out as far as I want to, and then go in with a super dense brush and kind of just swipe over everything to help it blend. Then using the same shader brush, I'm going to go back in with the taupe color right here and take that along my lower lash line. And I'm just going to really use this to buff it down there to kind of give it like a transition shade, sort of, kind of, a little bit. Next, I'm going to take this Eco Tools flat eyeliner brush, but I'm going to use it to smudge the purpley color next to, well, basically right on top of the lash line. Keeping it mostly on the outer corner and try and connect it with the top, and then whatever's left, bring it in. But not all the way to the very inner eyelashes, just like a little bit before. Next, I'm going to take a waterproof eyeliner, and this is by Smashbox. It is their Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl liner in the color Raven, which is basically just black. And I'm going to take that and put that in my waterline. All the way to the inner corner. So I'm just going to take whatever product is left. Well, I'm not even going to put anything on this flat brush that I was using to smoke out the bottom lash line. And I'm just going to go along the lower lash line where I put that eyeliner and kind of blend it down. Now I'm going to take this first purpley blue grayish brown color, and I'm going to go along the outer corner and kind of sweep in a little bit. Okay, now for the lid color, because we don't have anything up there yet, I am just going to take this flat eyeshadow brush by Eco Tools, and I am going to, I'll show you, I'm going to swipe up and down and then kind of like in a sideways motion to pull up a lot of the product onto the brush. Then I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus Dupe DIY concoction, and I'm going to spritz the brush. Let's see if you can see it. And I'm just going to kind of wave it in that, and I'm going to place this all over the lid. And I'm doing a mixture of patting motions and swiping motions. Okay, now I'm going to take this shimmery black right here, right above the matte black, and I'm going to pretty much do the same thing that I just did with the purple that we placed on our lids, except I'm going to just barely dab my brush into it, and it's going to look like there's a lot of product on there, but I don't want anyone to really worry about it. And I'm going to pat this right on just the outer corner of our eyelid. And then you can either flip over the brush, wipe it off if you want to, you can use your finger. You just need to place the brush back into the purple product and just tap it over both of them so that way they blend into each other. You can also swipe a fluffy brush and go along your crease to blend your crease a little bit. Okay, last thing we need to do with the eyes is apply eyeliner and mascara and eyelashes. So I guess that's not really the last thing we need to do. So I'm going to be applying the BH Cosmetics liquid eyeliner in the color black, and I'm just going to do a very bold wing. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I went a little bit crazy with the wings. They look pretty bad, but luckily we are going to put on some pretty thick false eyelashes. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and spritz my face with this glycerin water concoction again. Next, I'm just going to apply my false eyelashes, and I'm going to be using 2 pairs of the Demi Wispies that have been stacked. And I'm just going to be taking my strip lash adhesive with aloe vera, and it's latex free, and then I will be right back. Also, make sure to apply waterproof mascara underneath those and then put on your eyelashes. Alright, so I have applied my falsies and I've put mascara, top and bottom lashes, and now I would like to add a very intense highlight because that's kind of my thing. So for this, I will be using my beloved Carly Bible palette and my signature 2 shades. If you guys don't watch me, then you won't know, but they are these 2 middle highlight shades. And I am just going to take this deluxe fan brush that I grabbed at the store for, I think it was $4.99. It was on sale, and this is from Eco Tools. So I am just going to swipe this into the gold and the pinkish gold until I have quite a bit of product on there, and I am going to spritz it with my Fix Plus concoction just for it to go on a little bit more intense, and apply. I don't know if you guys can see that highlight, but I'm pretty sure you can. I'm also gonna throw some on the Cupid's bow and on the chin. And then I'm not going to use this brush for the bridge of my nose. I am going to take this little bitty tiny, I'm pretty sure it's an eyeliner brush by BH Cosmetics. It is their 106 brush. And I am just going to place it into the pinkish color. And I'm also going to spritz this. And I'm just going to draw the thinnest line down the bridge of my nose.
Mama, Buddy ate a like.
Okay. And then I'm just going to place a little dot on the tip of my nose. And then use my finger to blend this out. Time for the lips. I'm just going to do a very simple nude lip because I have such bold eyes on. And I'm going to be taking this lip pencil by Jordana in the color Tawny. Carly Bible uses this lip liner, in case you guys don't know. I couldn't get it open. I'm just going to quickly line my lips, and then I'm going to apply this ColourPop lippy stick in the color Aquarius, and it is a cream lipstick. After I do that, I will be right back to show you guys what my completed look looks like, and then in about an hour or 2 I will go ahead and try out to make sure that this is a waterproof makeup for those swim dates that you might go on. Alright guys, and this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed maybe some tips and tricks on how to get a more waterproof look. I really hope you guys try this look out. Even though I still need to wait some time before I go ahead and get under the water to make sure this is 100% waterproof, I do want to set my face. I'm going to be setting like the forehead and the lower part of my face with the NYX matte finish long-lasting setting spray, and then my cheeks where my highlight is, I'm going to be using the Dewy finish. So I'm going to do this up, but I'm going to spray from up top. That's the Dewy, and now I'm just going to cover up the parts that I just misted, and I'm going to use the matte finish. I know it's a lot of setting spray, but I just want to make sure that this is going to be set. Just to be extra sure, I'm going to spray some of this Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray all over the whole face. It's not going to mattify, it's not going to make it look more dewy, it's just going to set. So since I've already put dewy where I wanted it and matte where I wanted it, this is just going to make sure, extra sure that it locks this stuff in. So last, I know this is a bit much of the setting spray, but once again I'm going to take this glycerin water mixture and I'm going to spray it on my Real Technique sponge. And I'm just going to pat this over my highlight just to make sure that if I have any hairs on my face that they're not standing up, that they are sitting down and they're flat to my face and not making me look like I have glitter on my face, because I don't want that. Alright, so this is my face completely set, and right now it is 2:36 in the afternoon. So when 3:30, 3:45 comes around, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the shower, just wet my face for a good 15 to 20 seconds with I'm not gonna do hot water because you're not gonna be taking a shower with your makeup on. Hopefully on your date you're probably gonna be swimming. Well, if you go swimming, it'll be pretty cold water, and I guess if you get in the hot tub, I don't see you dipping your face down into that super hot water. So I'm gonna try and keep it more on the lukewarm side for a good 15 to 20 seconds, like I said, just to see if everything holds up well. So I'll see you guys in a little while. Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, and you can see that, like I said, this was going to be a waterproof makeup look. I just stood underneath the lukewarm water of my shower for literally 20 seconds, and my makeup is still on. I even have false lashes on, and they are still going strong. The best part about wearing a cream lippy stick from ColourPop is that even if it gets wet, because it is creamy, it's not going to just wear off like a normal lipstick. I'm pretty sure it would like kind of bleed, sort of. So yeah. Alright guys, so that's the end of this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to me if you're not already. And I'll see you on my next one. I love you. Bye.